recording.
We're live.
Check, we're live. We are live.
How's it going, man?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Josh. Nice to meet you.
I'm Nick. Pleasure to meet you.
We're live. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rip, and I'm here with my homeboy Nick.
Hola.
We are fresh off the. I'm still coming down from a Grammy high, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel that.
We are back from Grammy weekend. Was last weekend. You're getting this video maybe about a week late, but we're still going to hit you with it. We wanted to do a little recap on the Grammys, talk about a trip. Nick was the assistant director on my Satisfied music video, which was considered and on the ballot for best music video, as well as my single Drown. So I decided to take Nick out there because he's my partner. We are here live at Sound Vision Co. in Madison, Wisconsin. You want to tell them a little bit about that real quick? Or
Yeah, it's a studio I built here in Monona, actually, technically, but Madison, either way, 53716, regardless. But yeah, it's an audio-video studio. Many of you are familiar with it. If you're probably watching this, you know about it. Stop on in, have some fun.
Yeah.
If you're not.
So let's jump into it, man. Let's not waste any time, man. First of all, I was on Jams yesterday, and Chris asked me how the Grammy weekend was, and I was honestly speechless. I didn't even know where to start. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like now
Start from the start.
we have a little more time. You know what I'm saying? I felt like we had a time constraint there. But I want to just kind of break it down and share the experiences, share some video, and share some behind the scenes photos, and just kind of share the experience of how it all went down. So I don't know. You want to kick things off or what?
Sure, man. I mean, for me, it's definitely a different perspective than for Josh. This is my first time, his second time. I know that you were held up with sciatica last time, so
Yeah.
it was kind of like a half new, half not new for you. But I know for me, I was just kind of I know what I was gonna expect walking in. Walking into the arena of just celebrities everywhere. I had all these different presuppositions of what that was gonna be like in my mind. And it kind of was, it surpassed what I expected, which is really awesome. You kind of let down in a lot of situations where you get your hopes up and you're like, oh, what's it going to be like? Like Christmas, kid on Christmas or whatever. But it was pretty surreal. We're flying out there, didn't know what to expect. We went to LA, we got an Airbnb, and the suspense is building at that point. And
The suspense or the expenses?
Yeah, both, man. Both. By four.
Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, man.
I think we got some pictures of this, though. So the first night, we just were like, hey, let's save some money. We're going to do it up next couple nights, and we got an Airbnb.
Oh, yeah.
This is one-bedroom place.
We were winging it, by the way. We winged it. Like we got a hotel for Saturday night. First of all, we decided to have an extended stay, like take a little bit of vacation instead of going for the weekend and coming back. Like we stayed till Wednesday night. We went out, flew out Friday, and we stayed till Wednesday night. And we decided to wing it. So the only thing we went out there was with we bought the hotel from the Recording Academy. Made they had a partnership with the Millennium Biltmore, and that's where a lot of the Recording Academy artists, stayed. We got a discount there. So we only got a room for Saturday and Sunday night there, and the rest of the nights we were just kind of winging it.
Yeah,
so
Friday was definitely not the Millennium Biltmore.
So it wasn't bad though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it wasn't bad to me, but just what I had to sleep on the first night was.
We flew in Friday, and so we got an Airbnb. When did we get the Airbnb? Like that day or the day before?
On the way down there.
Yeah, like, so we got this Airbnb, and it was all right. It wasn't bad, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, we landed. First of all, it's like freezing snow in Wisconsin where we came from.
Polar
and
vortex.
then we get to L.A., and the first thing we do is we pull up in the neighborhood of Airbnb, and this dang ice cream truck is going, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, what? Paletero, where are you, man? But people were out there. It was cold to them. It was like their winter. Some people were saying it was the coldest that
they
California.
were bundled up.
Yeah,
man.
they were
North
bundled
Face
up. But it was like
jackets.
50s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyways, tell them about the Airbnb. Go ahead and finish that story.
So I mean, it's just regular Airbnb, but it's a one bedroom, and they had a little black futon, kind of like one I have in the studio. But I pulled that out and I laid down on it, and it was like sleeping on crossbar, rebar with a sheet over it, and I was like, oh no, this is not going to happen. I just had knee surgery, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to sleep at all, and I was laying there for about 15 minutes, and I gave up. I was like, we got to call this guy and get a different setup at least. And guy comes in, he goes, I feel bad. I'll give you a room upstairs, but it's a little different. I was like, okay, whatever. A bed's a bed at this point. And I walk in there. I'm like, yeah, different because it's haunted for sure. It had axes and bats and porcelain dolls.
Yeah,
and
you had like
Ozzy Osbourne posters.
Man, that was weird.
It was creepy.
I definitely wouldn't have slept in that room. So I mean,
I slept like a baby. It's all relative at that point.
Thanks for taking one tip for the team because I wouldn't have been able to rest in that room. But anyways, Yeah, so that was Friday night, and then Saturday morning we got up and we had to go to the Millennium Biltmore Hotel. And man, let me tell y'all something. This was like, I've been in some fancy hotels, but this one was like different. Like, oh, so apparently this hotel was built in 1923, and for the longest time, it was the biggest hotel west of Chicago for a long time.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so it's like the oldest building it's the oldest hotel building in Los Angeles. And it was just, I'm telling y'all folks, it was like gorgeous. Like my mouth was like, my jaw was dropped. I'm like, dude, this place is like, I don't even belong here.
Water fountains for next to breakfast, and I mean the rooms are modern. You know, the rooms didn't seem super old, but the lobby just, and all that was amazing.
I was wild. Like, to be honest, that hotel was beautiful, man. There was just ornate, like just. Man, the hallways, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were just like
30-foot ceilings, it almost seemed like.
Yeah, some punk from the streets had no business up in there, I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah, and coming from that Airbnb to that was something else, too.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
So, we had a sweet hotel, man. That was a sweet, I mean, so, like, to stay there for the next 2 days, I was pleased. I was happy, man. Like, that was a nice place to be put up in.
Yeah, and that was kind of the start of everything that was sweet, too, because, like, from right there, we dropped our bags, went to, wherever, the Staples Center to get the tickets. Or was that the Microsoft Convention Center? I can't remember what it was.
Los Angeles Convention Center.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. But, I mean, going from that hotel to, like, go get the tickets at the Grammys, you can kind of start feeling the excitement build.
Yeah, no, it was, I mean, that definitely put me in a geeked mode, man. I was hyped after getting to the hotel. Like, it was super dope. It was on some... Man, like we had like bellboys, you know what I'm saying, at the front, like, you know, concierge and all that stuff. Like, I mean, and I've seen that before, but like for some reason, this one, it was just on a different level, man.
Yep.
We had to go pick up the tickets from the Los Angeles Convention Center. That's where you get your tickets from the Recording Academy.
That's where the excitement started building too. All the production equipment stacked in the parking garage.
That was nuts, man. Just to be able to see it all and be like behind the scenes and just like. Dude, it was nuts to see all the, you know, everything put into it. And then,
yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting this. You probably were. But to get your tickets, you had to get into, like, basically going to the DMV, getting in line. You had to sit in these chairs, get interviewed, fill out these forms and everything. I was like, oh, man, this is pretty intense to get into this.
Yeah, that's how they did it last year. I mean, for those who don't know, I went to the Grammys last year. You didn't get to experience it last year, but I went last year with my brother to New York.
I lived vicariously through Snapchat. It's probably all you guys did, too.
Yeah, so who is Rip? Make sure y'all follow me. And, But yeah, we got our tickets, and then we were walking around downtown LA, and it was like a ghost town, man. It was like 11 a.m. or even noon, and we were trying to get like food or like nothing was open. Like LA was not. I mean, it could have been because it was a weekend, it was a Saturday, but it was like a ghost town. Like I'm from like the Chicagoland area, so I'm used to the city popping. You know what I'm saying? From 6 a.m. until like. You know what I'm saying? Like
from a ghost night to a ghost town day, man.
No, it was like a stark difference, and I was like, "What is going on?" It was weird. We couldn't find nothing to eat. Everything was closed, and then
found some burgers.
But then Saturday night was cool because we went out. You know what I'm saying? We were just hanging out. We didn't want to spend too much time, or we didn't want to hang out too late because we're like Sunday was gonna be a long day. And then Saturday, we went to was it Intercontinental Hotel?
Yeah, it's one of the tallest buildings in LA.
So yeah, we went to the top of that, and it was cool because like there was a window view. We went and grabbed some sushi at one of the restaurants there, and there was like this window view of the whole like LA from the top of this, building, and there was like a conveyor belt of like all these different sushi platters and things going by.
And that view even extended into the bathroom. It was a trip. You go there's, you know, the windows are kind of slanted forward. I'm like, look at this.
The bathroom was tripped out, man.
There's like these glass closets that we can like look out over the city, and whoa, there's water is pouring down them too.
Like, what is this?
It's like a shower?
At this point, like this place is bougie as heck. Like I come from like, you know what I'm saying, the streets of Waukegan. Like I'm like, what is this bougie stuff, man?
They got a motion sensor for the water right next to the thing. I was like, oh man, these are urinals. Two Wisconsin kids fish out of water.
This dude's like stepping in this like little. It's like literally a window in the side of the wall, and there's like water coming out, like looking all fancy. There's like vents on the bottom of the thing, and he's like, "Oh man, it's a shower." We're all like stepping in it, trying to get the shower going. Come to find out, it's a urinal, man.
Definitely a urinal.
I don't even know how you realize they were urinals, but
I saw the urinal cake under my foot. We looked like such tourists at the time too. I was like, let's get out of here, dude.
Oh man. What else? Anything else Saturday night?
I mean, the sushi was cool. It was delicious. We just, you know, like you said, we laid low, went home early to get we had a big day ahead of us on Sunday.
Another dope thing that really happened on this trip that got me geeked was I was able to get a ticket for my mom to the after party. And so she was coming out there to visit a friend. So, you know, I was like, yo, come out there Grammy weekend because I'm going to be out there. We can all hang out and just kind of vacation together. So she had no idea. So, like, I got her a ticket to the after party, which is not easy, you know what I'm saying? And I I was going to surprise her with it. So she was flying in Sunday. We were already there, and she was going to fly in Sunday. So I was like super geeked because I got this extra ticket from my mom to the after party, and I'm like, yo, this is gonna be like a surprise of a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, no amount of money or words or anything can express like, you know, what I feel like it meant to her, but what it meant to me too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like from an outsider looking in, when I found out your mom was going, I was about to cough up my tickets. Like, your mom's here, let's make it special. You know, like I felt bad almost.
So
you
like,
know?
nah, but I mean, I already, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already committed to you, having you come and everything. So I was super geeked. So Saturday night, man, we had a good start. We checked into a nice hotel. We got our tickets. We were geeking. Like, I got a ticket from my mom. She was flying in tomorrow. I was about to surprise her. She had no idea. And then, you know, we're about to wake up Sunday morning. Like, it's Grammy day. You know what I'm saying? So, come Sunday morning, man, we wake up ready to rock, man. And then I'm like, let's do this. I set the alarm all early. I set the alarm all early. I'm like, man, we got to get ready. You're like, what are you talking about, man? What do you mean it takes 2 hours to get ready, man? I get ready in like 15 minutes.
What am I going to do for an hour 45 minutes, man? Sit here and watch you get ready?
What do you mean?
How can you take 2 hours to get ready? I really don't know what you have to do.
Dude, it's like the Grammys, and you're like, I get ready in 15 minutes.
For real.
You got to get pretty, man.
It don't take me that long.
So Sunday morning, we were ready to head out to the Grammys. Man, it was dope because, you know, we're in the hotel and like everybody's dressed up, getting fly, and that lobby's starting to fill up. And the thing about the Grammys is a lot of people don't know. So like the Grammys gives away like 80 plus awards. Like, I don't know if you guys know that, but there's like so many other different genres. The televised version you see on TV, like they produce it. You know, there's so many performances. They literally, how many Grammys they give away in the televised version? Maybe 8.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe, if that, like 5 to 8. There's like 80 awards given out in the Grammys. Like, you're talking about like children's albums. You're talking about like spoken word and all these different like comedy albums. And so what people don't understand is there's a premiere ceremony earlier in the day where they give out 75 other awards. So that started at noon, right?
Yeah, we showed up about 11:30.
So yeah, so we wanted to make our way there. No, we were kind of late though.
Were we?
Yeah, because remember we were going to take the shuttle and then like all that in the Uber, and then we got stuck in traffic and all that. But the dopest thing ever though, I didn't get to do this last year because I actually had to go to urgent care, and I literally showed up to the televised version about an hour beforehand. But we rolled up to the premiere ceremony, so we were there in the very beginning before they even opened up the red carpet. Like, we were there, and so like we walk up, and there's just this area under the tent right before you enter the red carpet. You know, a congregation of like all the people that were going to the premiere ceremony. You know,
it was a bit
other nominees,
man.
artists, and it was dope just to like have your feet like step on that red carpet, man, and you're all up in the mix with all these people. You're like, wow, man. Mm-hmm. So we got there like noon.
Felt like TV Mike from Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
Man, it was
on the other
dope,
side of the
man.
TV.
It was freaking. I went live at that point, and I'm gonna share some of the footage right now. But I mean, like, that was probably like the biggest moment for me because even though I went to the Grammys last year, this was my first time on the red carpet. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I missed it last year because of my sciatica and going to urgent care and stuff. But I don't know about you, but that was a super dope feeling. Like that's something you dream of since you were like a kid. Like, my biggest dream when I was a kid was to win a Grammy. I may have not secured a final like nomination or win like this year, but just to be there in the mix at the Grammys, being recognized for what you do in the music career, like on the red carpet, like that was like a defining moment for my music career, and that was big to me, man.
When it hit me is when I peeked my head around the corner and just saw a wall of video cameras, probably like 70 of them, just, you know, dude, prepping for the processional or whatever you want to call it.
So, I mean, so we were there early, like right when they opened up, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the bigger stars, since, you know, they're on the televised version, they got no need to go to the premiere ceremony because, you know, their awards are during the televised version. So, like, all the A-listers and, like, the big stars and Cardi B, they didn't show up till, like, they probably didn't hit the red carpet till 7 p.m. And at that point, we were already inside, already attended the premiere ceremony.
Oh, I thought it was pretty cool to see Weird Al Yankovic, Shaggy, you know, Liz Hale from Hailstorm.
Yeah.
There's some names,
there's
man.
A decent amount. No, there's a decent amount of people we still ran into. I was just saying in reference to, like, sometimes people don't know how things happen behind the scenes, so I'm trying to give them an inside scope. You know what I'm saying? Like, all your Lady Gagas and all them other kind of people, they don't really, and Cardi B's, they don't really show up till later in the evening, till like right before the televised version, maybe at like 4 or 5 p.m. We were there like noon, you know what I'm saying? But it was still a memorable experience. And then we went to the premiere ceremony. I thought that was a cool experience, man. And then I got to actually sit there and watch, all the other categories. We stayed for a majority of it.
Yeah, we stayed for
like
about
for more than half of them.
First 3/4
for like
of
the
it,
first
for
40
sure.
awards or whatever. So I wanted to stick around and I wanted to check out the categories that we had placements on the ballot for. So I had a consideration for Best Contemporary Christian Performance for my single Drown, and then our music video Satisfied was under the category for Best Music Video. So I wanted to stick around and see those, who won those.
Who won that one, actually? Is it Childish Gambino?
Childish Gambino won the Best Music Video. So yeah. I know that our chances weren't the greatest for Best Music Video because a lot of the other major labels were contending for that. There was a lot of great videos in that category. So, I mean, just to be in that category was still an honor.
Right.
And there was a lot of, there's a lot more entries in that category. But what I was really hoping for was a Best Contemporary Christian Performance. I had a better chance, I feel, in that category than the other one. And I actually got a lot of support, man. Like, people don't know what happens behind the scenes, but like I got a lot of messages from Recording Academy members who pledged their vote or pledged their support for me, and they're like, "Hey, man, this single is dope. I like it. I'm gonna vote for you." And like I just got I'm not even gonna lie. Like I got a lot of rewarding messages from people who supported me and voted for me.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people saying stuff that you're talking about the positive aspects and coming from a different angle than most people are, and they're praising you for that.
So like I didn't end up securing. Like I said, I didn't end up securing the final nomination, but I wanted to still see. I wanted to see. Who ended up winning and everything. I was kind of hoping for Torrin Wells for the song Known. I really love that song. But I also knew in my heart of hearts, I was like, Lauren Daigle is going to win it. Her song is huge. And, this is just the way things rock. And so we stuck around for that and the premiere ceremony. And Lauren Daigle did end up winning Best Contemporary Christian Performance, the category that I was considered for and on the ballot for. She has a great song. You know what I'm saying? I think it's transcending now. I think it's crossing over the top 40. Which is great for that single.
She won a few of them too. Then.
Yeah, and there was one thing that was really kind of disappointing to me. That kind of personally kind of hurt my heart a little bit. I'm not trying to take away anything from what Lauren Daigle is doing with her and her career and everything, but I personally feel like she had a chance to represent Jesus, and she kind of let me down. So she won 2 awards, and I don't even think I tried looking for the video. I don't think they have the very first award that she won, which was my category, Best Contemporary Christian Performance. And she actually got up there, and during her speech, she forgot or failed to acknowledge or thank God at any point during that speech. Now, again, I'm not trying to judge her. I'm not trying to belittle her. I'm not trying to take anything away from what she is doing and for the kingdom. I'm just saying, me personally, as a Christ follower, that really hurt my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like that aspect kind of really let me down as a human. God is sovereign. God knows her heart and what she's doing and what kind of work she's doing. I'm just saying, as a fellow Christ follower, I was kind of disappointed when she didn't even acknowledge or thank God during her very first win of the night.
Were these her first awards ever?
She's fairly new. I know she's had music out before. I can't tell you. I don't know if she's won before. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah,
and check that out.
Just to give someone the benefit of the doubt, it's got to be an intense moment. She probably just scattered.
True, you know what I'm saying? But my head,
still you got to see through that clutter.
I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to say what I would have done, but I'm just saying, as a fellow Christ follower, I personally was a little disappointed that she didn't use that platform to really thank and acknowledge the Creator who gave not just her but all of us.
She did her second one though.
So the second time around, the very next category, she won for Best Christian Album. And then, again, it probably took her about 3/4 of the way through her acceptance speech. And then she finally did mention Jesus. And then it was just kind of brief, like she almost kind of forgot. Again, I don't want to pick her apart and what she's doing. I'm going to let, whatever she's doing, what I'm saying, more power to you, Lauren. Do your thing. I'm just saying, like, I was kind of let down. I personally had higher expectations, what I'm saying. I'm not going to sit here and say, what I'm saying? Like,
she seemed like a nice girl, though. I mean,
no. I'm just saying that was my biggest letdown of the whole award ceremony. Somebody who's in the category for Best Contemporary Christian Performance and Album have a platform to really shine and really be bold and represent for Christ. I personally just kind of was let down a little bit. That's it. I'm not going to keep going on and on about it. That's just, I said what I had to say.
Good lesson.
You know what I'm saying? Like, may she, may she, progress the kingdom with her talents and all that she's doing. I wish her the best. That was just kind of my disappointment with the premiere ceremony. That's all I got to say about that. Moving on. What's next? What else did you enjoy about the premiere ceremony?
I mean, that was the start of just the whole huge production, this big elaborate setting, and I mean, me being
it was almost just as dope as a televised version.
Yeah,
it was better because there wasn't like the whole stadium filled with people. This one maybe just had a few
good
thousand
amount,
people.
Man. They're all artists too. Everywhere you looked, you're just like, oh yeah, that person.
Yeah, they're all artists.
That person just won that award.
Yeah, that was cool, man. That was a cool experience.
I mean, me being a video nerd, I was just really looking at the jib crane swinging from the ceiling, and
that crane was nuts.
Yeah, I was like, oh, one of those things.
That's gonna like bust somebody in the head.
Yeah, I was kind of ducking from it.
But I mean, that was a cool experience, man. That was cool. That was my first time experiencing the premiere ceremony. That was cool.
But yeah, in the premiere though, like I said, we've seen Weird Al just walk right past you to pick up an award, and Shaggy up there singing about how you only have 45 seconds to give a speech. That was pretty funny.
No, that was cool, man. That was cool. That was a cool experience.
With Brandy Carlisle, she won a bunch of awards. Who else? I can't remember. Either way, it was really cool. I mean, it was just kind of like, again, this slow like roller coaster build up. Just getting cooler and cooler and cooler all the way from the getting ready to we're here now. Then we that was over with.
Left the premiere ceremony.
And
Nick starts busting.
We got done at 3, and then it starts at 5. Yeah, everybody's just hoarded in
Nick's
this
like,
lobby.
come on. He busts through the back door where they're like giving out awards. And they're like, we ain't supposed to be back here, boy.
We are though.
And at this time, there's like we got a couple hours to kill or whatever before we head into Staples Center. No, maybe like an hour.
I thought it was 2, 3. I think we had done 3.
Yeah, so like we're just standing around. Everybody, a bunch of different artists standing around and hanging out. Some people go to the JW Marriott, hang out over there. There's people congregating over there. Some dude saw me in the streets. He's like, "Hey, yo, Mr. Pink Hair, let me interview you."
Canada Music guy.
Some guy from Canada Music started interviewing me. And then that
was pretty funny.
What do we do after that? Then we just like, hey, let's just head into the Staples Center at this point.
Yep.
Head into the Staples Center. Oh, yeah. And then you're like, man, I'm hungry. I got to eat something. So you want to go grab that pizza. You want to tell that story, dude?
Yeah. So for all you Beetlejuice fans, you like this one. So I was standing in line to get pizza. And I'm sure everybody was in the same boat at this time, just hungry. It's been, 4 or 5 hours since anybody's like, not been sitting in the premiere or whatever. And there's a huge line for pizza. And you're getting these little order numbers with a number on it. And I'm standing in line. I got this guy in front of me. It's just, real big dude, dreadlocks. And like, what number you got? I was trying to figure out how fast this thing was moving. Shows it to me. I'm like, if I steal that, you're gonna shrink my head. Kind of looks at me. He's big belly laugh. He introduces himself. He's like, yeah, I'm DJ. I'm the right guard for the Seahawks. I'm like, no kidding. That's a trip. And now I know I've arrived here because some guy in the line is like, everybody there had been part of something because you only can have one whatever, I don't know.
One guest, yeah.
One guest, but yeah, it was really cool. He's really super nice. We talked about how he protects Russell Wilson. Us being from Madison and him protecting him for a living, he had a connection there. But he was, he was a really good guy, really awesome, and I enjoyed that. I had a pizza with him, and then we went in,
Yeah. So then we just pretty much took our seats, and then at this point, man, we were up since like what 8 a.m.
Yeah.
So it was going on like a 10-hour day at this point.
Yeah. Yep.
And the award ceremony still haven't even started yet, and the televised awards, and then there was still the after party to go. So at this point, we're sitting there, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I mean, I love the Grammys. I grew up watching them, but and I had this same experience last year. Like when you're sitting in the crowd, literally, unless you're probably in like the first 5 to 10 rows, like in the pit, like as a A-list like nominee or like record like star,
limited vision for sure.
Like it's just not as dope as it looks on TV.
It was still pretty cool, man.
It was cool to experience. It was cool to experience.
Harder to see,
the sound was better than Madison Square Garden last year, that's for sure.
Yeah, the sound was great. It was on point.
But I'm telling you, you guys don't miss anything on TV. In fact, you probably see things a lot better than we do.
Yeah, the screens we were looking at were smaller than TVs that you would see in your living room.
Even if you look in person, like video people will know what's up. Like they have some sort of LUT or something, you know what I'm saying? But they had like even the TV, like what you see on the TV, the image is a lot richer and more saturated than like in real person. Just like you guys see the Grammys a lot better on TV than you do in person.
Yeah, no, I can attest to that. That definitely seemed to be the case, but I think, Grammys being the music and just it being kind of more of a music thing, they at least killed it on the sound side of it.
They killed it. It was a dope production. It was
the stage had so many different moving parts too, at the same time.
Those
were
cool.
silent.
It was definitely cool to experience. I'm not saying that you guys aren't missing. I mean, if you have an opportunity to experience that in your lifetime, it's cool. But I'm telling you, I was like falling asleep like the first.
Yeah, we couldn't
like,
see the detail of everything. You know, you can kind of just make out the shapes and stuff. The setting and the stage setup was very impressive. Just harder to see from where we were, but it was cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, I mean, so we actually, believe it or not, we cut out early because at this point, like I said, we were kind of tired.
We walked around and kind of stuck our head in different areas.
No, after a while, it got redundant. You know, we did kind of walk around and peeked into different sections.
Got
and we
closer.
just kind of like got closer and we're checking things out. But at that point, we're just kind of like, I don't know why, but it was just kind of like blah after a while, like after an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, we've been sitting around and standing around for 12, 13 hours at that
so
point.
So then we just kick it out in Staples Center in the hallway. You know what I'm saying? We're just hanging out, going to the bathroom, like just killing time, you know, waiting for the after party to start because the after party kicked off at 8:30. And we're just chilling there and like there's just like random stars walking by. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm chilling there and you're like, hey, isn't that Robin Thicke? I'm like, oh yeah, it is.
That's Tony Bennett.
and I'm sitting there at the table and I'm like, oh shoot, oh that's Tony Bennett. Like Tony Bennett walks by with his group.
You were
know
just
what I'm saying?
thinking that, weren't you?
Yeah, I was like, that's Tony. And then you come over, you're like, was that Tony Bennett? I'm like,
it
I
must
thought
have
it was.
been,
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And for me too. I mean, I've been a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan my entire life, and Anthony Kiedis comes walking around the corner with his kid, and he's kind of got a pretty quick giddy up, and I'm like, yeah, he's trying not to be noticed, but I got to take this shot. And I was like, hey, Anthony. He looks at me and I'm like, you want to take a picture? And he's like, no. I get it, man. I wouldn't take a picture with me either. Have a good night, you know. But it was still pretty surreal. I was excited to see him. No harm done. That life's got to be tough. I guarantee it. But yeah, like you said, just one after another. There's Robin Thicke. There's Tony Bennett. There's Anthony Kiedis, and all of a sudden, I'm like, that's Tom Green. And you go, hey, what's up, buddy?
He's like, hey, that's Tom Green. At this point, I'm like, oh man, all right, let me do this. I'm like, hey, yo, Tom, what's up, buddy? And he's like, he turns around. You know these stars, man. They're like, have I met this dude before? Because you meet a lot of people, even me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even on that level, but I meet a lot of people over times, and like people come up to me, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't remember a lot of people. You know, I run into a lot of people, so I'm like, what's going on, Tom? He's like. He kind of had this look. He's just kind of like,
yeah.
He's like, "What's up?" And he's like, "How do I know this guy?" And then we just walk up to him and we're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then hey, can I get a picture? What'd you say?
Hey, you mind if we take a picture quick? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. He's super cool, super nice in person, man. He's
super cool dude.
Didn't seem bothered by it at all. I mean, we sat there and chatted with him for a bit.
He was there with his girlfriend.
Yep, Jessica.
And then we start chopping it up, kind of just hanging out. And he's like, and then I'm just like, hey, you gonna go to the after party? And he's like, yeah, we're thinking of popping in. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Hey, then.
And I mean, at that time, all those stars were pretty much getting funneled to the same area, and I was like, oh no, where are they going? This thing's kind of wrapping up, and I think they're walking towards the after party, and that's kind of time to go there. Yeah.
So then at this point, the Grammys are wrapping up, and I guess we start gravitating towards the after party.
I'm pretty sure I still saw Cardi B, man. I'm
This dude thinks Cardi B walked by. He don't know who it is. If it was Cardi B, I would have known it was Cardi B.
I mean,
at this point, I was in the bathroom. Actually, we went to the bathroom. I got so upset. I went to the bathroom. I love Cardi B, and I went to the bathroom, and then right after him, and so he goes out in the hallway, and then I get out, and I don't see him, and I thought he cut right because we came from over here on this side, and I thought he went this way to keep like exploring. I go down this way. I'm like, where is this fool, man? And I'm like, looking for you.
I was just posted up by the pillar, man.
Yeah, and he was posted up by the pillar. I come back, he's like, dude, Cardi B just walked by.
She had security guards all around her, and I'm like, I know that face. And I was sitting there kind of like, what? And she kind of did like a wink and a wave, and I'm like, yeah, that's that one girl. I mean, Cardi B's not my cup of tea, so I'm not really into that whole genre. But
I was upset.
She's
man.
good, she's
if
talented.
That really was
but
Cardi
I just,
B, I'm telling you, man, I'm really upset if that was Cardi B.
If you know me, man, I'm a classic rock guy. So
look, it would have went a whole different way if that was Cardi B.
Yeah,
for real, man, that's my homegirl, Cardi B.
I was like, is that her?
Man.
Yeah, but it was cool. I mean, either way, that was a really fun, 15 minutes where just like, that's that person, that's that person, that's that person. That was surreal because it was one after another.
I was looking forward to the after party because I know from last year in New York, like I was like, yo, this is surreal. Like I've been to some dope like parties, even here in Madison. I was blessed enough to go to a couple of the galas they have inside the state capitol, like a legit like ball inside the state capitol, and that was an awesome experience. But there's nothing like a Grammy after party. Like I can't explain it. Like even last year in New York, they had like multiple levels, different rooms, a jazz room, a pop room. They had like ice sculptures, like ladies walking around like serving oysters. Like this is last year in New York. So I'm like, yo, I hyped it up. So at this point, we're at the Grammy Awards, and at this point, actually, my mom she flew in. And then she was hanging with my brother because my brother was visiting a friend in West Hollywood at this point. And at this point, my mom, I left a note on I left a ticket on the hotel mirror for my mom, and she got it, and she was like ecstatic. I'm like, Mom, meet us at the after party at 8:30. So at this point, we're about to leave the Grammys, and I'm about to meet up with my mom, and I'm about to give my mom the surprise of a lifetime to take her to the after party. I'm hyped because this is my favorite part of the night. As music's biggest night to celebrate in a room at the official Grammy after party, I'm telling you, this is like an experience you've never experienced before. And I was so hyped. I was telling you, man, I was building it up. I was like, yo, this is going to be the best part of the night. This is going to be the best part of the night.
He's talking about all the food. I had a rumbling in my tummy, man.
Yo, so then we leave the Staples Center ready to go to after party, and we meet up with my mom at this point. We've met up with my mom. She got an Uber down there. I met up. We're like super excited. And then they open up the after party at 8:30, and we start walking. We get to walk through the tent again, through the red carpet, take a bunch of pictures with my mom, and then we walk through this one side entrance of the after party, which is at the Los Angeles Convention Center, which is right next to the Staples Center. And I'm telling you, we walk in, and I'm like,
wow.
Yeah. Like, that was an understatement. Because I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like, last year, New York, this was hype.
It was like if a couple of 80-year-old people got married, and it'd be the reception for that. It was just this really quiet, dull jazz room.
Man, it was, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. Then we go to get food, and I'm like, I'm literally inside, like I'm feeling salty. I'm like, but let's make the best of this. But I'm feeling salty. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah, I was starving.
I just hyped this up to my mom. I just, you know what I'm saying, I did all this work to get my mom into the after party. I'm like, this is going to be the surprise of a lifetime, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, this is it?
Mm-hmm. And there's no chairs, no tables.
I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, there was not enough tables to see people. Like, you guys literally sat on the floor in the corner.
I just got
a
plate of food and crush it.
Grammys, dude?
Yes.
Like, what is going on?
I don't care. I'm sitting.
And then I'm like, and then I saw a photographer. I'm there. I'm like, yo, dude. I'm like, please, Lord, please. I walk up to this photographer. I'm like, yo, dude, tell me there's another room here. He's like, oh yeah, there's another room over there in the main room. I'm like, phew. And then, as I'm walking out, I'm like, because I didn't see it at first. Like, it didn't look like there was. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way we came in, that side entrance, like, it looked like this was it. And I'm like, this can't be it. Like, what I saw and witnessed and experienced last year in New York at the Grammy after party, I'm like, this is not it. So then we're leaving, and I asked another waitress, I'm like, or one of the other servers, I'm like, hey, where's the other, is there another room? She's like, yeah, it's over there. You go out here and you go to the left and it's in the main room. And she was like, it's popping in there. You're going to like it. I'm like, yeah, that's what I like to hear. I'm like, finally. I was so, man, that place was like, it was the jazz room. It was the chill jazz room. And it was just kind of a chill atmosphere and everything. Totally not what I was expecting. Smaller stage. But then we finally find our way to the grand room and we walk in and boy. Wow.
Yeah, I knew you walk in.
It was just like.
There's these old Victorian people on poles swinging them back and forth, and trapeze artists and
popsicle
popsicle stands.
They had like these people dressed up like they had a grass labyrinth. They had like king queen chess pieces, like a checkerboard, like dance floor. It was just like this medieval, like fantasy, like fairy tale, like just theme, like these
old Victorian
castles,
Alice
like
in Wonderland
these people like dressed as like old Victorian, like
the white wigs.
Man,
it's crazy.
And they were just like walking each other down the stairs, and I was like mind blown. Like I was in.
This makes more sense.
I'm like, this is it. And then I sighed relief because I'm like, oh my gosh, like this wasn't in vain. Like I think it lived up to the hype.
Yeah, it was like, you know the Airbnb to the new hotel, and then it was like the jazz room to the main room.
Just like food, open bar and food, like food and drink, like all part of the ticket.
Oh
like
my God, so
didn't
much
cost
food.
anything, man.
So much good food.
And then TLC took stage.
Mm-hmm.
For TLC to perform, like I know that's like a girls group and everything, but I was still able to appreciate it. It was such a dope experience, man.
It was nuts. It was awesome.
And then In Vogue performed too, and it was just
they were killing it, man. It's like they never missed a beat.
Like I said, when we first started this, I said I'm still coming down from that high. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still coming down from the high. It takes about a week or two to come down. You know what I'm saying? And it was just awesome, memorable experience. Like, just to be able to bring my mom and show her, you know what I'm saying, and be like, yo. I mean, when I first started making music, when I was like 15 and I first started making music, like, why does this keep falling? Like, when I first started making music, my mom didn't really support me. It was always like, get off that computer, get a job, you got to do this and da-da-da-da-da. So to prove myself over these years, like to have to like really prove myself and finally earn their love, support, and approval, and then to be able to actually bring my mom to the Grammy Awards was a surreal experience to me that I can't even put into words, man.
Yeah, like you said, it
was like a defining like moment of my career and my life. What was also cool was we're chilling at the after party, and then in comes Tom Green.
Oh yeah.
So we're chilling, and this is where I'm like, wow, for real. So we're chilling at the after party, hanging out, and here comes Tom Green with his girlfriend. And what happened?
He recognizes us. He goes,
yeah.
Hey guys. Walks
What's
up
going
to us,
on?
And that whole time was so emotional. Tom
hand.
Green is recognizing us right now and walking up. I thought I was about to get punked by him or something. He just sees Tom Green, you know, so I didn't know what was going on right now. So
so we're sitting there hanging out, and then we start chopping it up, and then he starts telling us about an album he's cutting that he's going to release in April.
Yep.
Telling us how he's doing all sorts of like EDM hip hop stuff.
Yeah.
And
some guitar in it too. I thought it was pretty funny because he's like, I've only been playing 20 years. It took him that long to learn.
I mean, so like we're just sitting there legit like chilling, like standing at the after party talking to Tom Green, and he walked up to us. It was just overall a surreal experience. I didn't want the night to end. Actually, the night was supposed to be over at 12:30, and they ended up going an extra half hour till 1 a.m. Mm-hmm. And I think they did it last year too, but I didn't even want to leave, man. Like, and then when we did leave, my mom's like, LA is lame. She's like, where's the party? Like, my mom was still trying to party at like 1 a.m. when the Grammy after party ended. We're like trying to find other, like, my brother was in West Hollywood and we're trying to get up with them, but that bar was about to close at like 2.
I was going back to the room regardless.
And we're done, like, by the time we're walking out of there, it's like 1:20 or whatever, and we're like, my mom's like, man, this is lame. I'm like, my mom knows how to party, y'all, like, for real, man. And she was ready to party. She came to party, man.
She got a second win for sure.
Man.
But yeah, love her for it.
Experience.
I was ready to go back. My feet were killing me. It's been a long day at that point. I mean, I don't even know. It started at 8 a.m. and went till 3 a.m. basically.
Yeah. I don't know. Overall, it was an awesome experience. A lot of people, man, I know that they said that they're living vicariously through me. I know not many people get an opportunity to make it to the Grammy after party.
Which I appreciate greatly. Thank you for that. That was an experience.
Thank you for all you do with me and everything, man. I appreciate you. But it's definitely an experience for a lifetime, and I'm glad I was able to bring my mother. I look forward to future years bringing, other people, significant others. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to share the wealth with people because it's an experience of a lifetime. I'm telling you, it's so awesome. And I don't even think the pictures and the videos that I've been overlaying over this, will even do it justice, man. You just have to kind of experience it. But it was
just the beginning, though.
It was awesome, man. Honestly, I got to give all thanks and glory to God, man, for blessing me with this talent, blessing me with the passion of my heart. Like, I tell people to this day, I feel ever since I was a kid, I belonged on stage with a microphone, whether it be, doing the music thing and now even getting into ministry. Like, I firmly believe it, and I followed that passion. And this is something that some value I could give to you guys that you guys could take away is, there's been so many times in my life when people told me what I should do, what they believe I should do in my life, whether it be getting this kind of job, following this career path, going to school, doing this, getting a degree, blah, blah, blah. So many times I have had people tell me what to do in my life. There was an opportunity a few years ago where I was offered a really good position at a job at a hospital. My brother was working for media services. I turned that down because I wholeheartedly believed in my heart that was not my calling and purpose. And I can honestly say that this passion in my heart that God placed in my heart that I followed led me to the Grammys. Just years of following that passion and not listening and following what other people had laid out for my life. And that's something that I want to give to you guys to take away from here, because it's very hard when you have these societal pressures and people telling you what to do with your life. If you know wholeheartedly in your heart that you're supposed to be doing something, follow that passion and that dream, because God didn't place that there for nothing. I'm telling you, there's been so many things that try to...
You're going to get criticized regardless, so you might as well do what you love.
For real, man. Like, at the end of the day, I have no regrets at all. And I'm just blessed to be able to do what I'm doing. And the dope thing is, this is just the beginning, bro.
Yes, sir.
This is legit just the beginning, man. Like, I came back from that trip so motivated. I'm ready. I'm starting, I'm getting ready to start work on a new. In fact, I already have. I already started pre-production on some songs.
Yep.
And I just came back from that trip so motivated to work on new music, new videos. We have so many things lined up. We can't even tell you in this video. Like,
just the teasers, TBD, brother.
Should we tell them about the?
We're kind of experiencing it right now a little bit.
You guys are kind of experiencing it right now. Starting this year, Nick and I are going to start a podcast, our very own podcast. You guys are kind of experiencing the beginning stages of it right now. We'll fill you up with more information on that to come.
I think it's fill you in.
Fill you in. I mean, fill you up with tacos and fill you in with value and fill you in with information.
Yeah,
but anyways, there you go. I just want to let y'all know we appreciate you guys. The trip was awesome. After the Grammys on Sunday, me, my mom, and Nick took a little extended vacation down at Laguna Beach. We had an awesome time down there for a couple of days. Got another Airbnb on the beach. Checked out a dive bar with some Wisconsin garb on the wall, and I'm like, I feel at home.
That was a good sign, man. Yeah.
So man, I came back from that
the dirty
trip.
bird.
I came back from that trip refreshed, rejuvenated, full of passion and ambition to do many things. And like I said, this is just the beginning.
I agree, man. That polar vortex that we left kind of took it out of you. And I was same thing. I was like, hey, I want to get back and start doing all this stuff. That passion kind of was reinvigorated. I mean, things can take the wind out of your sails pretty easily, but you got to remember to hold on to that. And this was definitely one of those learning experiences where it's like, I can't lose sight of what really makes my heart sing and what makes yours sing as well. And like you were saying, for people out there that have something like that, keep doing it. Just don't stop.
If there's one thing I could, like I said, if there's one thing I could give you is follow your dreams. I had this kid comment on a Facebook post really quick, and he was like, he's just a young kid, like maybe 18, 19, and he commented on my post, and he's like, I hope to make it to the Grammys sometime soon, and I'm like, I let him know. I'm like, I've been pursuing a music career for over 20 years. I mean, nothing happens overnight. I mean, anybody that shoots up just as fast, they get shot down, you know what I'm saying? And they come crashing down just as fast. You guys, it's going to be a long journey, but follow those dreams and be persistent.
It's the journey. Anyway,
enjoy the journey, not the destination, man. Enjoy the journey. I'm enjoying the journey. I love you guys who support me in this journey. I honestly can't continue to do this without you, all you guys tuning in. I seriously love and appreciate you beyond words. Thanks for rocking with me. Like I said, we got plenty of stuff coming up. Stay tuned. You can stay up to date with me at whoisrip.com. Stay up to date with what we're doing here at SoundVision at soundvisionco.com. We got a production studio and house right here in Madison. And Nick and I, like I said, this is just the beginning. You're going to see plenty of things from us. Make sure you guys stay posted to us at our websites, on our social media, SoundVision Co., Who Is Rip. And thanks for rocking with us, man. We truly appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. And we look forward to many great things, man. If you guys have any questions, comments, comment below. Maybe we'll leave an email or something in here. If you guys have any questions, like I said, we'll probably do. We're gonna do future things, future podcasts, and we'd be happy to interact and respond to you guys and just
absolutely,
answer any questions.
Peace and love.
God bless. All glory to God.